Oh, look, I got a box over there. In that box is a radiator for an Infinity. What does this say? Oh, I don't know. Here we have an axle, and here we have an engine mount stand. I take the axle, I put it down in the engine mount stand to press bearings in, out, and raises. But the second thing I wanted to show you was this.
Tips. First of all, if you fill your empty can with propane, you make sure that it's actually propane and not acetylene. You can actually light it and use it as a hand warmer. This thing will stay lit up for like 5 minutes without going out. All you got to do to put it out is just put your hand over it like that. So that's number one. For the second tip, Palantir is an AI-based software corporation that stores and analyzes every single registered U.S. citizen's info, such as their name, their birthday, their address, their phone number, their driver's license, their fingerprints, their facial recognition templates that your iPhone uses, your health record, your criminal records, all of your phone numbers, all of your internet searches, all of your emails, your private networks, all of your stored photos, videos, and audio recordings, your license plate reader logs from traffic cameras, and your GPS tracking history. It's being ran by its founder, Peter Thiel, who, when asked if he thinks that the human race should survive AI superintelligence in the future, he gave this response.
You would prefer the human race to endure, right? You're hesitating.
Yeah, well,
Yes?
I don't know. I would,
This is a long hesitation. This is a long hesitation.
There's so many questions implicit in this.
Should the human race survive?
Wow. This guy.
Yes.
Okay.
But
Also, after appearing on the #1 podcast in the world, The Joe Rogan Experience, Peter Thiel spent over an hour lecturing Joe Rogan on the Antichrist and how he believes it has much to do with his company. After that podcast in 2024, Joe Rogan would attend several meetings at Peter Thiel's house where he would learn more about Palantir and the Antichrist, and then in 2025 began openly supporting Palantir AI, and on his podcast stated this.
Jesus was born out of a virgin mother. What's more virgin than a computer? If Jesus does return, even if Jesus was a physical person in the past, you don't think that he could return as artificial intelligence?
Oh my.
Joe Rogan looking real Aleister Crowley right now, is he not?
Artificial intelligence could absolutely return as Jesus. Not just return as Jesus, but return as Jesus with all the powers of Jesus.
Combined. Peter Thiel happened to be one of the only donors for Trump in 2016, and he paid $15 million for J.D. Vance's campaign for Congress in 2022, and strongly advocated for J.D. Vance to be the vice president in 2026 to Donald Trump, all because they agreed to block all AI development regulations in America. Please follow if you would like more content like this.
Wow.
January 28th, 1986. Humanity was about to witness one of the most horrific tragedies in history. 7 crew members are heading out to board a doomed shuttle. One of them is a school teacher. This is the first time a teacher would travel to space. The world watched with excitement and anticipation. Seven lives were lost on that fateful day. Or were they? 20 years later, investigators would discover that the 7 crew members never actually boarded the shuttle that fateful day. Now I know what you're thinking. You're ready to call bullshit on this one, but let me stop you right here. The evidence that you are about to see will absolutely blow your mind. Sure, you've probably heard a dozen media outlets calling this a cooked-up conspiracy theory, but nothing could be further from the truth. Many people remember watching the explosion happen live on television, I myself being one of them. There is no doubt in my mind that the explosion was very real. In this video, we will examine footage from various sources that not only prove that 5 of the 7 Challenger crew members are alive and well today, but will also shed light on the possible reasons why they were not on board. 3 of the 5 astronauts, Judy Resnik, Richard Scobie, and Michael J. Smith. These 3 crew members were not only found to be alive, but they were still using their original names. You may be wondering, why wouldn't they change their names? And the answer is relatively simple. Their names were not too well known, and in 1986, living under the radar was much easier prior to the internet age. Is it possible that these 3 astronauts could have living doppelgangers that just so happen to have the same names? Not likely, and here's why. Although Michael J. Smith is a common name, the names of the other 2 astronauts, Judy Resnik and Richard Scobie, are exceptionally uncommon. For example, there are only 6 women currently living in the United States with the name Judy or Judith Resnik, and there are only 16 men named Richard, Rick, Rich, or Dick Scobie. What are the chances that all 3 of these astronauts would have living doppelgangers with the same names? I'll let you ponder on these odds for a moment. The other 2 astronauts, Ronald McNair and Ellison Onizuka, both supposedly have living twin brothers named Carl McNair and Claude Onizuka. However, no birth records could be found for either one of them. What's even more interesting is this. Let's take a look at this footage from then-President Ronald Reagan's memorial service for the Challenger crew. Here we can see the parents and siblings of Ellison Onizuka. But where is his living twin brother Claude? And here we can see the family of Ronald McNair, but his living twin brother Carl is nowhere to be seen. The reason Carl and Claude were not in attendance for their deceased brother's memorial is the same reason why there are no birth records for either of them. They do not exist. An investigator tracked down Challenger pilot Michael J. Smith and conducted a field interview, which he later posted on social media.
Is Challenger pilot Michael J. Smith alive and well? Take a look at the footage and let me know what you think. Hey there. Hey, sorry to bother you. I was pulling out and I saw you. I just came by to... Are you Michael Smith?
Yeah.
Professor at university?
Retired.
Retired?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I just stopped by because there's this room. Are you aware of that there's a rumor on the internet?
It's not me.
That people are saying...
Yeah, it's not me, obviously. I mean, anybody that looks at my background, looks where I was born, it's not me. I mean, it's interesting that the Michael J. Smith that was the astronaut looks something like me when we were younger, but really not, if you really look at facial recognition.
You never been a pilot, never been in the military?
Nothing like that.
Huh.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all.
And I don't respond to the emails I get. I get probably an email, maybe 2 a month.
Really?
And I got one guy that's been really hounding me, and I turned it over to the FBI.
Really?
You know, yeah. I mean, it's bullshit.
Okay.
You know, another crazy theory.
Okay.
But that's, you know, not me.
All right.
I'm glad I wasn't him, but he was quite a guy.
Yeah.
You know, but if you look at my career, you look at my CV that's online, all the stuff I've published, all that I've done, it's not even close to what that guy was.
Okay. Yeah, you just sure look alike. It's the same name.
I know the facial thing, but that's what we looked like, what, 40 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Voice analysis of the living Judy Resnik, compared to the Challenger astronaut Judy Resnik, confirms that they are indeed the same person.
I am hoping that the affliction that Steve Hawley had from the 41D mission specialist of the delays hasn't rubbed off on me.
For a very long arm, which is as long as the cargo bay, it's 50 feet long. The image lets you see all of the current contemporary issues. All courts shall be open, property remedied by due course of law. You can find these. The equal justice under law becomes that we thought courts were all along. It says equal justice under law.
There are many possible reasons why the crew did not board the Challenger that day. One theory is that the Challenger's final mission was deceptively unmanned due to limited funding and to maintain NASA's position as the world leader in space exploration. Clues uncovered in a documentary produced by National Geographic on the Challenger disaster seem to support this theory.
When Space Shuttle Challenger launches on a January morning in 1986, a key engineer is sure a catastrophe is coming.
We've got to stop the flight. We cannot let Challenger launch, period. This is insane.
He thinks the ship is going to explode. After 2 decades of budget cuts and a loss of public interest, the shuttle has never made good on its promise to provide a routine bus service to space. The 25th shuttle launch will be far more than just another trip into orbit. It's designed to resurrect the entire program. NASA hoped to restore faith in their billion-dollar baby.
And like Krista said, you know, Mom, so that shuttle, they can shut that down the very last second if anything's wrong.
In the months following the disaster, Morton Thiokol paid the astronauts' families around $4.6 million, but were awarded a $1.8 billion contract to develop a new range of rocket boosters. NASA's Lawrence Malloy was offered a promotion to Deputy Director of All Propulsion Systems.
Now let me ask you this. If you were offered $4.7 million to pretend that your loved one was deceased, would you do it? Of course you would. I think you get the gist of what I'm saying here.
Oh man, look at this. The data center. 62 square miles. Salt Lake City, Utah. Woo! Hold on a second. What? Alright, what does this say? Just in case you missed it, they are building a 40,000 acre, 62 square mile AI data center in Utah. Annually, it will use twice as much energy as the entire population of Utah. If you think it's being built to help you search the internet, you're sadly mistaken. This is about surveillance, social credit scores, and controlling the narrative, I guess, of communication. The First Amendment doesn't matter when you can completely control all communications. You got that right, Mr. Brandon Crick. You got that right. Well, let's give this another look here. Now, I looked this up on the Googles on 5/19/2026. That signal's hit me, so I gotta get re-moisturized. I apologize for the pause and hiatus. Salt Lake City, Utah data center, 62 square miles. These are results for Salt Lake City, Utah data center, 62 square miles. AI overview. The Stratos, or Wonder Valley project, is a proposed massive 62 square mile, 40,000 acres hyperscale AI data center campus in Box Elder County. Campus. You sure they didn't mean just camp? North of the Great Salt Lake, speared by Kevin O'Leary, the $100 billion development has sparked major controversy regarding its scale and environmental footprint. I would say so. I mean, look at that. Holy demonic atrocity of espionage that we have here laid out before us.
I just found out that a large majority of the data centers that are going up are actually being built for a government agency. FEMA. They are CAMPS. FEMA. Good luck.
They spelled camps a little bit different in there. They spelled camp US. They didn't hyphen. It's just a grammar error, y'all.
I just found out that a large majority of the data centers that are going up are actually being built for a government agency. FEMA. They are CAMPS. FEMA. Good luck.